Have you ever wondered why almost every culture sees water as something sacred? Seas, rivers, and storms weren't just weather. They were living forces ruled by gods and spirits. Some protected sailors, others brought chaos and destruction. Hey, I'm Sam, and tonight we'll uncover 12 of the most powerful water deities ever known. Our first guardian comes from the frozen seas of the Arctic, Sedna, the Inuit goddess who rules over all marine life. Her story isn't one of power, but of betrayal and transformation. Once a human woman, Sedna was thrown into the icy waters by her own father to calm a raging storm. As she clung to the side of his boat, he cut off her fingers. And from those fingers, the seals, whales, and walruses were born. She sank to the bottom of the ocean, where she became its ruler. In Inuit belief, Sedna's moods shape the seas. When she's calm, the waters are generous, teeming with life. When she's angry, storms rise, and hunters find nothing but empty ice. Shamans would journey to her underwater realm to comb her tangled hair, a symbolic act of soothing her rage and restoring balance to the world above. Today, Sedna remains one of the most powerful figures in Arctic mythology. Not a villain, but a reminder. The ocean gives, but only when it's respected. From the frozen Arctic, we travel to the warm Pacific, where the deep blue belongs to Canaloa, the Hawaiian god of the ocean. He's often seen as the counterpart to Cain, the god of creation and sunlight. Where Cain brings life, Canaloa governs mystery, the vast, shadowed depths no one can truly see. In ancient chants, Canaloa is described as a mighty squid or octopus, his tentacles stretching across the seafloor. He ruled over tides, healing, and the sacred knowledge of navigation. For the Hawaiian people, Canaloa wasn't just a god. He was the spirit that carried voyagers safely across endless water. Fishermen would whisper his name before setting sail, asking the ocean to remain calm and forgiving. Even today, the name Canaloa appears across the islands, in caves, volcanic pools, and sacred places believed to connect directly to the sea. He represents the part of nature we still can't control, the quiet, infinite power beneath the waves. Few names command as much awe as Poseidon, the Greek god of the ocean. Brother of Zeus and Hades, he ruled everything beneath the waves, from gentle tides to raging tempests. In myth, his trident could split the earth and summon earthquakes, earning him the title Earthshaker. Sailors feared and revered him in equal measure, offering sacrifices before every voyage to keep his wrath at bay. Poseidon's moods mirrored the sea itself, calm one moment, violent the next. He could bless a ship with smooth winds or drag it under without warning. Horses were sacred to him, said to have sprung from the ocean's foam when his trident struck the ground. Cities like Corinth and Atlantis claimed his favor, and even now, statues of him still guard harbors across Greece. Over time, Poseidon became more than a god. He became a symbol of power without mercy. The ocean wasn't his kingdom, it was his weapon, and every wave carried his name. Where Poseidon ruled with fury, his son Triton carried the sea's voice. Half man, half fish, Triton was the messenger of the ocean, known for his conch shell trumpet that could calm or summon storms with a single breath. Ancient sailors believed that when the wind changed without warning, it was Triton's horn echoing through the waves. He lived in golden palaces beneath the sea, surrounded by merfolk and sea spirits, serving as his father's herald. In some tales, he guided lost sailors home. In others, he played tricks, hiding ships in fog or luring them off course just to test their courage. Triton wasn't evil, he was balance. His power came from the sound of the ocean itself, both warning and comfort. Even today, Triton's image endures, carved on fountains, painted on ships, and immortalized in stories. When the sea roars or hums, it's said to be his song, a reminder that the ocean always speaks, whether we listen or not. If you've made it this far, I've got a question for you. Which ocean god do you think still watches over the waters today? Drop your answer in the comments before we dive deeper into the next legends. From calm Mediterranean waters, we move east to Japan, where the seas answer to Susanoo, the god of storms and the ocean. Born from the nose of the creator god Izanagi, Susanoo is wild, unpredictable, and powerful, a spirit that embodies both chaos and courage. In myth, his tempers shook heaven itself. After being banished from the celestial realm, Susanoo descended to earth, where his story changed from destruction to redemption. He met a grieving family whose daughters had been devoured by an 8-headed serpent, Yamata no Orochi. Susanoo vowed to slay the beast. He prepared 8 vats of sacred sake, tricked the serpent into drinking, and cut it down, finding a legendary sword inside its tail, later gifted to the sun goddess Amaterasu. That act transformed him from exile to hero. Today, Susanoo stands as the symbol of divine rebellion, the storm that refuses to bow. He reminds us that even chaos has a purpose when guided by courage. Beneath Japan's waves lies the shimmering palace of Ryujin, the dragon god of the sea. He's not a monster, but a ruler, wise, powerful, and ancient. Legends say his home, Ryugujo, rests deep beneath the ocean floor, built of coral, pearls, and crystal light. From there, he commands the tides, the rain, and every creature that swims. Ryujin could take the form of a giant dragon or a noble man draped in scales. Fishermen prayed to him for calm seas and safe voyages, offering shells or sake as gifts. One of his treasures was the tide jewel, a sacred gem that could raise or lower the oceans at will. When angered, storms erupted. When pleased, the waters lay still as glass. His tales are intertwined with Japan's imperial lineage, where he's said to be an ancestor of emperors, a divine guardian who bridges heaven and sea. Even now, dragon carvings in shrines and temples honor Ryujin's watchful power, reminding people that the ocean's heart beats with his pulse. From Japan's Dragon King, we move to China, to Nüwa, the goddess who shaped humanity and repaired the heavens themselves. She's often shown as half-woman, half-serpent, her long tail coiling through clouds and rivers. In ancient stories, Nüwa molded the first humans from yellow clay, breathing life into them with divine care. But her greatest act came when the sky itself began to fall. The pillars of heaven had shattered, flooding the world with chaos and water. Mountains crumbled, rivers burst their banks, and the sky split open. Nüwa gathered 5 colored stones and melted them together, patching the heavens and restoring balance to earth. It was said her tears of exhaustion became rain, blessings to the people she saved. Nüwa's name still echoes in Chinese art, temples, and poetry. She represents creation, compassion, and renewal, a goddess who reminds us that even when the world breaks, it can be rebuilt by love and strength. Deep beneath the surface of Japan's seas dwells Watatsumi, also known as the Sea King. In Shinto belief, he is a dragon god who rules over the ocean's 3 layers: the surface, the depths, and the hidden currents that guide all water. His palace, Watatsumi no Miya, is said to lie at the ocean floor, glowing with light from sacred pearls and guarded by sea creatures that serve him in silence. In one of Japan's oldest myths, a hunter named Huri lost his brother's fishing hook. Following a trail of bubbles, he dove into Watatsumi's realm to find it, and instead fell in love with the Sea King's daughter. After years beneath the sea, Huri returned to the surface with the hook, blessed by Watatsumi himself. Ever since, Japan's emperors were said to carry his divine bloodline, tying the nation's fate to the ocean. Watatsumi isn't a god of destruction. He's a guardian of order, ensuring the sea remains balanced between calm and storm. To the faithful, every tide is his breath, and every wave carries a whisper of his name. From the eastern seas of Japan, we travel to ancient India, where Varuna reigns over the cosmic ocean, not just the waters of Earth, but the endless sea that surrounds existence itself. In early Vedic hymns, he is the guardian of order, truth, and the moral law that binds gods and humans alike. The rivers, rain, and stars all move according to his will. Varuna's gaze was said to reach everywhere, watching over the actions of humankind. He carried a noose, not as a weapon of vengeance, but as a symbol of justice, to capture those who broke their oaths or disturbed the balance of the world. His realm wasn't chaos but clarity, the calm, vast sea that mirrors the heavens. In later traditions, Varuna's domain shifted to the ocean, where he became the god of water and the protector of sailors. He rides a sea creature called Makara, part crocodile, part fish, across the endless blue. Even today, his name is invoked in sacred rituals, reminding believers that truth, like the tide, always returns. Where Poseidon ruled with fury, Amphitrite ruled with grace. She was the queen of the sea, wife of the Earthshaker himself, and mother to creatures of tide and storm. In Greek mythology, she wasn't a goddess of destruction, but of depth, calm, elegant, and mysterious, representing the ocean's beauty beneath its chaos. Legends say she was one of the 50 Nereids, daughters of the sea god Nereus. Poseidon first saw her dancing among dolphins and fell in love instantly. But she fled from him, hiding in the farthest waters. Only when a dolphin found her and persuaded her to return did she become Poseidon's queen. And the dolphin was rewarded with a place among the stars. While her husband commanded the waves, Amphitrite ruled the life within them, nurturing the creatures that swam under her protection. Ancient poets called her the face of the sea. Radiant yet untouchable, even now, she represents the quiet strength of those who guide power without needing to wield it. Across the windswept coasts of Ireland, sailors once whispered the name Manannán mac Lear, the sea god who guided souls and guarded the borders between worlds. Son of Lear, he was more than a ruler of the ocean. He was its mystery itself. Manannán commanded the mists that hid his realm, using them to protect travelers and to conceal his enchanted island, Emain Ablach, said to lie somewhere beyond mortal reach. He was a trickster, a teacher, and a guide. In Celtic myth, he ferried the spirits of the dead to the afterlife, his chariot drawn by horses that ran over waves instead of land, his cloak of invisibility and his ship that moved without sail or oar made him a symbol of the sea's ungraspable nature, always shifting, always watching. Even now, Irish legends say when the horizon fades into mist, Manannán is near, guiding the lost home or leading them to the next world. To those who respect the sea, he is protector. To those who don't, he is warning. Before Manannán, and last on our list, was Lear, the ancient Celtic god who embodied the sea itself. His name simply means ocean, and through him, the Celts saw both the beauty and the sorrow of the waves. He wasn't just a deity of storms. He was the spirit of the tide, the endless rise and fall that connects life and death. Lear's most famous story is one of tragedy. After his wife died, he remarried a woman who grew jealous of his children. In her envy, she cursed them, transforming them into swans, condemned to wander Ireland's waters for 900 years. Lear's grief became legend, his tears mingling with the waves, his sorrow echoing across every shore. To the Celts, the ocean wasn't cruel under Lear's rule. It was emotional, alive, and deeply human. It could rage, it could mourn, and it could heal. Even now, when the sea turns gray and mournful before a storm, sailors say it's Lear, remembering the children he lost. So maybe that's the real truth of the sea gods. They weren't just rulers or monsters, but mirrors. Each one reflected the people who feared them, worshipped them, or trusted them to guide them home. Because the ocean, like the gods themselves, always gives back what you bring to it. If you enjoyed exploring the myths and deities that shaped humanity's bond with the sea, don't forget to subscribe. There are still countless stories waiting beneath the waves, from divine storms to forgotten gods. Every culture has looked to the ocean and seen something sacred staring back. Some prayed for protection, others for forgiveness, but all believed the sea was alive, watching, remembering, and answering in its own time. We've met rulers like Poseidon and Ryujin, creators like Nüwa, and guardians like Sedna and Lear, each one carrying a piece of who we are and what we've feared since the dawn of time, their legends remind us that faith and the ocean share one truth. Both can lift us up or swallow us whole. Thank you for watching. My name is Sam, and yeah, I'm really smart.